Animals are people too. 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 Do you want a book that's awe-inspiring as an award-winning book and it's based on a true story about animals? Any animal lovers here? Because I recommend this book for you. The One and Only Ivan by Catherine Applegate. There are a lot of quotes in there, but this one just stands out to all readers. The quote is that on the first page it says, "I am Ivan, I am a gorilla, but it's not as easy as it looks." This book explains the rights of animals, as sure animals are people too. The characters.
Someone moving for you?
Ivan is a silverback gorilla who knows nothing about his past because he just forgot it. Bob is his friend. He has a stray dog who spends a lot of time with a human girl named Julia. And Ruby, an elephant, lives a hard life until she joined Ivan and Bob at the mall animal exhibit. But there was her aunt, Stella, an elephant too, was Ruby's aunt, but before she passed away, she asked Ivan to take Ruby to a safe place. And Julia, a human girl, gives Ivan art supplies to draw and paint. And Ivan is very passionate about it. And Max, the owner of the exhibit, was very cruel to Ruby and wanted to use Ivan by selling his art. But he was too passionate to share it with him because he was a very cruel and selfish person to Ivan and Ruby. Big Top Mall animal exhibit on Exit 8 was where Ivan lived alone with Bob. And it was very hard for Ivan, but way harder for Ruby because she was alone with no one to comfort her in her pen after Stella passed away. My favorite part of the book was when Ivan drew a picture of Ruby living at a zoo. In the picture, she was happy and not alone. But when Julia saw it while she walked by Ivan, she was very inspired. And the next day, all people held up signs that said, "Animals are people too." And my review for this book is 5 stars, like 5 solid stars. The theme is perseverance. No matter how hard something is, never, ever, ever, ever give up. And friendship. Guys, you should always trust in your good friends. This is really big advice. Why did the author write this, you ask? The author was inspired by a real gorilla named Ivan that now lives in Zoo Atlanta. He has spent 30 years without seeing another gorilla of his own kind until he met some at Zoo Atlanta and became reunited again. 8. The summary. He is a gorilla and he loves painting and drawing and that stuff, finger painting. But will he remember his past and will he keep the promise? Read The One and Only Ivan. It's a glorious, marvelous, and spectacular work of art by Catherine Applegate. And the other books by Catherine Applegate include Ending the Last, The One and Only Family, and Crenshaw.